Oh, I'm glad you can't smell that. Yeah, it's a proper old pea super this morning. Autumn, we're sort of like, what is it, about 14th November? Yeah, it'll be about right. November 14th. And I'm thinking, it's a time for a change. Changing the season, changing the weather, changing the clarity of the sky. But also, changing my distro. My desktop distro, I've done it, I've hopped. But I've hopped back to something I've been using since 2014, off and on. More on than off, quite honestly. Yeah, gone back to MX. And so far, so good. But one thing's changed, and that is I'm using contained apps on it. I've fallen in love with app images more than before. Obviously not a fan of Flatpak or Snap, but app images, they're pretty damn good. But anyway, why am I recording this? Because I wanted to catch the trees in the fog, the mist and everything, because this makes me think of like early 80s Cure videos when they're all out in their long coats in the trees. And it's always winter time when anyone films in England. It always is. You look at Hammer horror films, look at Carry On films, it's supposed to be summer, there and a leaf on the trees. For some reason we always record in the middle of bloody winter or late autumn. I don't know why. Perhaps it's the time we've got the studios to ourselves and we haven't leased them out to Americans. Yeah, it could be that. Anyway, more when I get back in tonight. I'll show you some app images I'm trying, and go a little bit further to explaining how I want to be doing the music going forward. Because I fired up the Windows machine at the weekend, sat on it for about 2 days thinking I'll make a tune. Didn't make a tune. Just wished I was back on Linux. So I went back on Linux, decided I was fed up with GNOME, and put the latest build, I think it was September, of MX 21.1 or something. Anyway, I'll cut back to home and later in the evening. Proper pea super. But yeah, I might have to take a trip out to Weekly Hall Wood and get some forest type of footage. Trees, branches, mist, you know, skeletal twigs reaching up. You know the score. Catch you in a bit.
Yeah, so now I thought MX21's got this app, hasn't it? It's got this app for sort of mounting iPhones and everything. This iDevice mounter. I had no luck with it at all, I'm afraid, with my old iPhone 7. Connected it up, didn't want to talk, didn't even want to record. Well, it showed it there in the browser, but it wouldn't mount it, which was a bit of a surprise for me, because this was kind of highly touted as a thing that's really kind of cool. Hopefully just here I'm playing a little bit of the video that I took of trying to mount the blooming thing to download that bit of video that you've just watched. I essentially had to boot up the Windows machine and transfer it that way. Sad but true. It's a little bit of a disappointment, because I was kind of hoping this would work. I did think it might be because none of the leads that I've got, none of the USB leads I've got for the iPhone are MFI leads. And if you don't know what the MFI means, it means made for iPhone. Basically, the Apple leads, they're just sort of copies, but they worked on Windows, and they work on, I think they worked on Pop. They did work on Pop, actually, but they don't work on this. So what can I do? I'll just load up the Windows every time I want to download a video off my iPhone, because I really want to keep the MX back on here. Now, why did I switch to it? I may have explained in the bit of video that you saw at the very beginning. I may not have, but the end result is basically with the most recent updates in like American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator, it's been getting a bit of a strain on this machine. Now, this machine is, I think it's a 4th generation i5 with 16 gigs of RAM and NVIDIA GTX 1050 Ti, might be a Ti, I'm not sure. Let's get the QSI up, it'll probably tell us, won't it? So it's a 6-core i5 8400, alright, maybe it's 8th generation i5, okay. 16 gigs of RAM and GTX 1050 Ti it is, with, how much does it say? I think it's 2 gig, not sure. Anyway, it runs it beautifully and it allows me to record it beautifully, so I don't know. I don't know, I'm sort of like of two minds of why I moved back. I mean, I do love MX. I've used MX off and on since 14, MX 14, 15, 16, 17. I was pretty exclusive to it. I remember when Zebedee Boss gave me a couple of laptops, which I've still got, by the way, Zeb, if you're listening. It pre-installed MX17 on them for me, and that was just before the 3 Farts in the Booth screencast, from live stream, sorry, I should say, from the Sugarloaf in Market Harborough, where we all got together and did a little live stream, which was great fun. Yeah, catching up once again. Yes, I've hopped, but I've hopped back to something rather than away to something wild that I've never used before. Do you like my background wallpaper? I played around a bit in GIMP and I made it. So anyway, we're now going to magically merge into a little bit of, well, quite a lot of footage of me making my first trip in American Truck Simulator into the Lone Star State. You can click off now if you just wanted to have a little chit chat. If you want to sit back and watch me drive, because I don't talk through it, feel free. Enjoy. If it's your bag, man, all the best. And I'll catch you soon when I've got something, constructive to say.